We're good to go, boys. Let's go chat. Hey, my name's Curtis. Welcome to the Real Rileys and our Q&A for today. Live lesson, live Q&A. Thank you guys for joining us. Super excited to be here. We're live on all sorts of platforms. What's crazy about this, and I need your help. I'm going to type this in the chat. I definitely need you guys' help. Not only do I need your help for this channel, but I need your help for the next channel as well. Actually, for all of my channels. I'm going to type this in the chat. Let me know if you guys get it. If you're here, if you're joining me, I'm telling you, we're live on so many different things, but there are a few things in social media platforms that we can't even go live on yet. You got to have a certain amount of followers. I think TikTok, you got to have like 30 or 50 followers. And because it's a brand new account as of this week, we can't even go live yet. So if you could do me a favor, I'm going to put in the chat. I need your help. I typed it in the chat. There we go. therealrileys.com/social. Will you follow all of our pages, all of our social media, all of our TikTok, all of our YouTubes? We've got 5 different channels. Today, this channel, as you can see, you got the pink behind me. This is the marriage channel where we're going to be talking about marriage, things that have to do with that. But we've got 5 channels. We've got how-tos, we've got ministry, we've got faith. And so check all those channels out as well. And online business as well. So make sure to check those out. But again, do me a favor. Some things I'm trying to go live today, and there are some platforms I can't even go live, like Facebook. There's a Facebook group, but the page isn't even 30 days old yet, so we couldn't even go live. So we'll post it later. So make sure to follow it so you can get caught up on that. Let's see here. Boom, boom, boom. All right, I think we're good there. But yeah, type in the chat your favorite emoji, how you're feeling, or I love a little wavy hand or peace sign. Give me a peace sign emoji to let me know that you're with me, that you can see everything that's going on. I'm excited for today. It's interesting because it's kind of like a bittersweet thing where I'm excited to talk about this topic because I'm passionate about it and I care about it a lot. But at the same time, it's sad that we have to even have this conversation. But it's just the world that we live in. So today we're going to talk about how to stay connected with your kids after divorce, how to keep that bond with your kids strong if you're going through the divorce or after you've gone through a divorce like I have. So just going to share some things that I've done. So again, if you're just joining us, comment in the chat. Let me know that you can actually see that you can hear everything, and that you're joining us. If you got questions, hit them in there too. I've got time for some Q&A. Whatever you want to ask, marriage, divorce, anything you want to ask about parenting, hit me up in the chat, and we'll hit some of those at the end. Now, before you go, make sure to go to therealrileys.com, download your free mini course if you have not, because if you do that right now during this chat, I'm going to pick somebody, a random person who has it, who downloads it. We've got the conflict resolution rules that'll help you kind of work your way through an argument that doesn't have to turn into a fight or whatever, a disagreement. So download that. It's free. It's a course. It's a PDF thing you can print out. You can put up on your wall. It'll help your marriage, guaranteed. So download that, and I'm going to pick somebody who does it, and I'm going to give you 50% off of whatever course, digital product you want. That can actually add up to a lot of money if you count coaching as well, which we do offer. But yeah, go download that. If you've already got it and you're joining us and you're like, hey, I want a chance to win too, just email me and say, hey, I've already got it. I'll be able to see that you already have downloaded the free mini course, and you can check it out. And I'll throw you in the running for that as well. So I'll wait all the way to the end, and I might even wait all the way until the end of today before I pick someone to do that. But yeah, thank you guys for joining us again. Type in the chat that you're here so I can see that you're here, and I can know who is joining us. I can know what questions you have as well. So let's get started. Let's talk about how you can stay connected with your kids after divorce. Keep that relationship, that bond strong. I want to go over 7 tips that I have learned and things that I have kind of done myself, if you will. But these are really good. Number 7. We're going to start with number 7. We're going to work our way up to number 1. Let me know if you have questions along the way. Number 7 is sporting events. So And what I mean by that is attending sporting events. And it might not be sporting events, it might be band, it might be whatever extracurricular activities. Just making sure that you are supportive, that you're going to whatever events that your kids have. If you do sports and you can coach, right? If you're kind of like me, where you're like, I kind of know some stuff, but maybe I'm not a good coach, be an assistant coach, whatever. There's been times where I'm like Googling and YouTubing and asking other coaches, how do you coach? I guess I'm going to coach, right? Because you want to be there for your kids. You want to keep that relationship strong. Go to their practices. If the coaching was full, okay, go to their practices, go to their games, go to their band concert, go to their events, whatever it is. Just make sure that you show up and then play at home. You're like, man, we're playing football, right? So, okay, you're playing football, you're going to practice. Well, let's talk about it and let's play a little football. Let's have a little practice and some tips, when you get home. So sporting events or extracurricular activity, that'd be number 7. You can stay connected with your kids through divorce. And number six is, again, this is for if you're spiritual. If you're not spiritual, you can still say, hey, what'd you learn? But if you are spiritual or religious like me, I would say share what you learned from God that day. Number 6, share what you learned from God that day. And then that kind of leads to a question that you've got to ask yourself is, are you reading the Bible? You can't really share what God has taught you if you're not reading the Bible for yourself, or you can share, like, if you've been convicted, the Holy Spirit taught you something, or something came to your mind about God. Share that with your kids. Make sure that you're reading the Bible, make sure you're staying connected with God. Tell your kids how God spoke to you, the other day. And quick note on this, I would say keep it short and keep it quick and keep it applicable. What do I mean by that? I know that's kind of a big word, but what I'm saying is, like, kids' attention spans are really short, right? So make sure you get to the point, you share your story, you share a quick Bible verse, and then you share, or what we should do about it, or ask the question, what do you think we should do about it? So share what you learned from the Bible that day. That's number 6. Number 5 is to share a funny story. If you're talking with your kids, share a funny story. What happened to you lately that was, like, super funny? You're like, man, you almost sat on the dog the other day and it was hilarious, or whatever, just share a funny story. I tripped and fell, or whatever it was, or if you did something stupid, or if something funny happened, or something crazy happened. I remember one time there was this, there was this guy, I don't even know, this is one of the craziest days for me, right? Where there's this dude, like, up on this, electrical pole, right? And I drive by and he's in this bucket, like, working, up on this, I don't even know what you call it, but they're raise them up in the bucket, right? Type in the chat if you know what it's called. And hit me up with any questions. But this dude's up in this bucket, right? And I drive by and the guy like controlling the bucket. He's like, whoa, 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 whoa. He's like, and the guy's up there, like, flopping around, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, it was hilarious. And so I shared that with my kids. Share a funny story with your kids. Share something that was cool, whatever. Share something that they would be interested in. Number four, moving on to number 4, ask them about their day. Ask them about their day. Really, this is just being concerned about them, and letting your kids know that you care about them. You care about what's going on in their day. And what this does is, so you're going to, if you're going through divorce, if you've gone through a divorce and you have kids, you're going to miss a lot of stuff. So it's just the sad reality. You're going to miss a lot of things in your kids' lives. But when you get to be a part of the story and talk about, hey, what's going on? You almost, it helps you, like, experience what they experienced, even though you didn't experience it, right? You would have just totally missed out on it. You would have never known it. You wouldn't have had the experience. But when you get to share a story about what happened to them that day, and they share that story, you kind of get to be a part of it. So ask them about their day. Number 3, be available. This is huge. One of the things that I do is I just say, do you have any questions? Like, what kind of questions do you have? And I'm kind of just talking about being real, just keep it real. Just talk about real life. Are you asking, are you worried about anything? Are you afraid about anything? Are you happy about anything? Are you confused about anything? What are you thinking about? What do you, are you, did you're just asking, like you're just being there. There's really not even anything specific, but it's just this idea of like, do you have any questions? That can go anywhere. That conversation can go anywhere. And I let my kids know, hey, you can talk to me about anything. So I highly recommend doing that. And number two, before we hit number two, I don't know if you're joining us again, hit me up in the chat. Let me know that you're here. Send me an emoji so I can see that you're with us, joining us, jumping on there. And if I didn't, I actually don't think I did. My name's Curtis Riley. If I didn't introduce myself, AKA Preach from the Real Rileys, trying to give real advice for real life. And today we are talking about how you can stay connected with your kids through divorce or after divorce. And we're on to number two. Number two, the second thing is pictures, videos, texts, video games. You could almost just put tech in number two. It's funny sometimes, like a funny GIF or like a funny little video or a funny little, I do like sound recordings and I'm like, hey, what are you doing, boys? And I'm just, I just, send them something funny, or I'll be like, man, my legs are hurting from the other day. We were going up so many steps. We went to Silver Dollar City. We're climbing up all these stairs and stuff. And I'm like, man, my legs are hurting. So just send them a little message, send them a text, send them a video, send them a GIF. If I don't have a chance to talk to my boys, what I'll do is I'll send them a video sometimes of like what I learned through the Bible. And they can watch that later. And what's cool about videos too is what I have found is that that's something that you can save and that you can watch later, that they can save and watch later. And it really helps with that connection and that bond. Um, you know, and again, sometimes a gift might be all they get. That might be all the contact they get from you that day, but it is something. And it's just little things that'll keep them connected to you, little tiny conversations. And this is crazy, but it's little tiny conversations that seem meaningless that sometimes are actually the most meaningful. Okay. Like just, hey, you're just texting about something that doesn't even matter. But it's the relationship. It's that bond. It's that connection that you're trying to keep with people. And it can be really meaningful. If you're out of state, just a note, like if you're out of state, which I hope you're not. Man, I would try to move to the same state if you can, same city, at least same state, but write a letter, like write letters, send text messages. Video games is another thing. There are a lot of games, video games, or even like cell phone games that I play that I wouldn't play. I only play because they play. And it's like, well, I want to have something to do with them and something in common with them, and hold on to that bond. And number one way that you can stay connected with your kids through divorce is phone calls and video chats. Phone calls and video chats. And here's a side note. Sometimes your kids won't want to talk. Sometimes it's not a good time. Sometimes they don't feel like talking. Other times they will not stop talking, right? If you have kids, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Type in the chat, stop talking, no, don't type that. Type, my kids like to talk or something, but I think sometimes kids like to talk. And Judy was just telling me the other day, he's like, sometimes, you'll ask me a question and I'm like, I don't really have anything. I don't have any questions. And then sometimes he'll talk and he even recognizes, he's like, sometimes I just got a lot to say, and a lot comes out. And so give opportunities, phone calls, video chats. I try to call every day. It does not have to be long, especially if they're busy. Again, it might not be a good time. It might be like, hey, call me when you're not busy, when you're not in the middle of something, when you're not trying to leave or get ready for something. Um, sometimes it can be a short phone call, but sometimes it could be a long phone call. If they're like, hey, they're wanting to talk, they're wanting to share, they're wanting to show you what's going on in their lives. And let me just tell you, FaceTime is great. Like, it's great. You get to see their face. They get to see your face. Again, you can be like, hey, here's what I'm doing. What are you playing with? Oh, I'm playing with Legos. Well, let me see. What kind of Lego is it? And so you get to have that good connection. So number one is have phone calls and video chats or FaceTime. And kind of a side note, something I was going to mention, what you can do is you can add your kids Sometimes you can add your kids to your cell phone plan. You know, maybe a phone gets included. I'll put a link in the description for some of the phones that we use. But then what's interesting too is like for one of our phones, you know, we didn't add it. I use Tello is what I use. It's like $5-6 a month, you know, and you get unlimited calls and texts, not a lot of internet, but still it's like super cheap and you get the text, especially if you have Wi-Fi and stuff like that. You can do unlimited FaceTime when you have Wi-Fi and stuff like that. And you can just get one of the cheaper iPhones. I think it's like the 10SE, but I'll put the link in the description. But super easy way to have that connection. And then bonus. This is just a bonus thought. And I would just say, tell them that you love them a lot. Tell them that you love them. Tell them that you care about them. Kiss your boys. Kiss them good night. Right on the lips. Tuck them in tight. That's the song. If you haven't seen that song, you got to check it out. But I sing that to the boys, just kind of tease them, you know. We like singing that song. But it's just the idea of like telling them you love them, show them you love them, show them affection, tell them that you're proud of them, tell them you love them all the time, and keep that bond. You know, sometimes we think things, but we forget to say them. So make sure that you say them. And then I want to say too, the next video that I was thinking about doing, I was just thinking about this today because there's so many different kind of aspects of staying connected to your kids throughout divorce. I might do one if you guys are interested. Comment, put it in the chat, whatever, and say interested. And I might do a video on ideas to stay connected with your kids on the days that you're with them. These are mostly ideas for days that you're not with them, right? But I've got actually quite a few ideas of really good ways to stay connected with your kids through divorce on the days that you are with them. So if that's you, type it in the chat. Let me know that you're interested in that. Before we get to our Q&A, I was going to say, if you want to help support what we're doing, probably one of the best ways you can do that is to just say, hey, you know, I'm going to follow social media. I'm going to watch our stuff, like it, watch it all the way to the end, like it, share it, comment, all that stuff. You know, all the algorithms, they pay attention to all that stuff. And so that helps. But you can also go to therealrileys.com/support if you want to donate, if you want to help, especially as we're kind of getting off the ground, getting things running. So if you want to do that, you can do that. And don't forget, get your free gift. Go to therealrileys.com and you can go there and there's a mini course for you, and there's all sorts of them through all of the channels. So again, make sure to follow us, whatever platform you're watching on, follow us on this, but follow us on all the platforms. We're on everything, like literally therealrileys.com/social. You can check it out. Share this video with a friend if it was helpful for you and you think it might be helpful for someone else. And then let me know in the comments too what questions you have. And I don't care if you comment later. Like, I don't care if you comment, if you're like, I'm watching this, but I'm not live. That's okay. I am trying to go live around lunchtime. If that doesn't work for you guys, let me know. I was trying to do around 3:00. Let me know a good time for you. I figured maybe you could jump on it during lunch break or something like that. But if that doesn't work, let me know. I'm going live again this Friday for the online business. But we've got a lot of live videos coming up. You can expect at least one every week on average because we have 5 channels and we're going live once a month for each of those channels at least. So best way to stay up to date with that is therealrileys.com/email, where you can get on our email broadcast. I won't spam you because I hate spam, but I will tell you when we're going live and when we've got a new video that's coming out. But let me know what questions you have. I want to help. I want to give real advice for real life is our goal. So again, let me know what questions do you have, what kind of content ideas do you have, and if you need prayer, let me know. You can go to therealrileys.com and click on contact us and just send me something or comment below. And again, I am spiritual, I am religious, I love Jesus. I want to share him with you too. And so I'm ending all of my videos with a prayer. So if you have any prayer requests, you can type those in the chat. I'm not seeing any prayer requests yet, but if you, let's see here. Boom, boom. Yeah. If you got anything, let me know. Type that in the chat. But I'm going to pray for us just in general before we wrap things up. Let me pray. Dear Jesus, we just thank you for today. God, I thank you for everyone that's watching. I pray that you bless them. I pray that you be with them. I pray that you would encourage them, especially if they're going through divorce and kind of fresh into this. And I just pray for the kids involved in this, God, that they would not be hindered by it spiritually, but they would look to you, and that anyone going through divorce would also look to you for support, and that you would comfort, encourage, and lift them up and bless them. In Jesus' name, I pray. Amen, guys. Keep it real. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for your support. Keep an eye out for the new video coming out next week. Keep an eye out for the next live videos, guys. I love you guys. Thank you. Keep it real.